mind. We invite you now to quiet your mind, let go of thoughts, and allow that still small voice to become amplified. The words for today's meditation are peace and gratitude. And they are very much intertwined. For having more gratitude can lead to more peace. And experiencing peace can prepare a foundation where gratitude is more easily accessible. As we quiet the mind, we experience more peace, allowing us to focus more on this holy now moment. This moment where gratitude and peace and faith are working together as a trinity of consciousness. Faith that all is well promotes peace. Gratitude and faith and peace working in tandem. Allow the music now to take you on your very own sacred journey into the gratitude of peace and the peace of gratitude. very gently now, begin to bring your attention to this time, this place, this holy now moment. For only right here and right now can we truly experience peace. We are more available for that peace now than ever before. More available to trust that all is well. More available to be grateful for life itself. Peace is our birthright. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you, Father, Mother, God, Goddess, all that is. And we say together, and so it is.
Good morning, everyone. Whoa, that's awesome. Let's do that again. Good morning, everyone. Yeah. So, welcome to all of you that are here in the room at 4 Points by Sheridan, and also welcome to all of you who have invited us into your homes today. Thank you so very much. We're very grateful that you are here. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Dusty Ripplemeyer, and I have the privilege and the honor of being this community spiritual director. We are part of a larger organization called Centers for Spiritual Living. And at Centers for Spiritual Living, we believe that there is one power and presence back of everything that there is, one creative energy that has created everything, seen and unseen, and that we are a part of it. We are swimming in it, and it resides within each and every single one of us. It is the very essence of all things good, unconditional love, peace, joy, wisdom, harmony, abundance, all things good. And we are its ambassadors here on the planet. And so we believe that we were created in this power and presence image, and that because it is creative, we too are creative. And in fact, we create the experiences of our lives, and we have been doing so ever since the day we arrived on the planet. The only thing is that most of the time, most of us are doing that unconsciously. And so we come together to talk about the practices and principles of this faith tradition and to support each other as we learn to consciously create the lives that we would love to live. And so we're grateful that you have joined us today. Thank you all so very much. Now this is a very special day today, and last night those of you that were here at the concert were treated to an amazing experience. If you weren't here, that's okay. If you weren't here, you're going to have another chance to experience Armand and Angelina because they are back here again today. They have been gracing our community with their music and their insight and their consciousness and their presence and their joy for very many years. And they've entertained us and they've raised us up again and again and again. And they are back after a few year hiatus to do that all over again. And so we welcome them today. Now, today they will be giving today's message and inspiring us with their unbelievable music. Following the service today at 12:15, please consider joining us. If you're home, you'll have plenty of time to get here. And I'm just saying that the rain is going to stop, so you're going to be able to get here easily. But and if you join us, you'll be able to take part in what they're calling an angel harp and native flute meditation experience. Doesn't that sound amazing? Each attendee will feel the powerful healing vibrations as Angelina places her angel harp on each person while playing sacred tones into your body. Armand will add Native American flute, shanty bells, singing bowl, rain stick, and other magical sounds to enhance your experience. The suggested love offering is $30, but of course, no one is ever turned away. So please consider joining us for that. And as I said, you'll have plenty of time to get on down here to 4 Points by Sheridan. Happy Lunar New Year. Today is the kickoff, the first day of the Lunar New Year. It's a holiday that begins with the first new moon of the year. Now, 2023 is the year of the rabbit. So if you are born in the year of the rabbit, hats off to all of you. It's wonderful. Now, each year, Lunar New Year is celebrated by Asian cultures around the globe, including Chinese, Vietnamese, Korean communities, among others. In contrast, we have this solitary evening, and the day that follows to celebrate the new year, according to the Gregorian calendar, which is what we use here in the United States and majority of the world, in fact. But Chinese New Year celebrations last for many days, typically about 15. Sounds like something we might want to celebrate. And so they continue to celebrate until the first full moon of the year. In day-to-day life, modern China now follows the Gregorian calendar as well, but its holidays still follow the lunar calendar. So happy Lunar New Year to everyone. I do have one prayer joke for today, so we'll imbibe a little humor around prayer. A grandmother and her grandson were at the beach. He's playing in the water and she's standing on the shore when all of a sudden a huge wave appears from nowhere and crashes into the spot where her grandson was waiting. The water recedes and the boy is no longer there. He has been swept away. The grandma gets on her knees and begins to pray. She creates a mental equivalent of her grandson playing on the beach. She releases all worry of his absence and fully accepts that he has been returned back to her. She expresses her gratitude at his safe return and concludes the prayer by saying, "And so it is." A voice booms from the sky, "All right already." A moment later, another huge wave appears out of nowhere and crashes onto the beach. As the water recedes, the boy is standing there. He's smiling and splashing around as if nothing had ever happened. The voice booms again, "There. Are you satisfied?" She responds, "He had a hat, you know." All right. So, speaking of gratitude, which of course she very appropriately used in her spiritual mind treatment, we're very grateful for Armand and Angelina for the beautiful meditation that they did, which expanded the container that our service will unfold within. And so let's begin that service by welcoming Reverend Betty Harris to the pulpit.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, the theme for this year, for 2023, is living out loud. And perhaps we're getting down to that. Our theme for the month of January is root and reboot. And Reverend Armand and Angelina's talk title is Getting High on Gratitude. I'm now going to read our community's purpose statement. This is our reason for being here. Our purpose is to inspire, educate, and empower individuals to experience themselves as unique and individualized expressions of God, the love intelligence that governs the universe. We are committed to not merely a theoretical understanding of our oneness and unity with God, but to consciously practice it in our everyday lives. Through service, celebration, study, and fellowship, we are committed to the transformation of our personal lives and to being a powerful and beneficial presence on the planet. With the energy of unconditional love, simply, we are here for God. And now, let us center ourselves. Please turn within, open your heart and mind, and allow the healing sounds of the crystal bowl to wash over you.
to return to your bodies, return to the room. So, welcome everyone. My name is Carol Cross. I'm one of the practitioners here, and I'm just so excited. I'm always excited to be in service to the community, but on the double whammy of Armand and Angelina and Lunar New Year, it makes it very exciting energy to be. So I know with all this stuff you can't see them, but we do have flowers and we do have a flower dedication because it turns out this month is the 13th anniversary of Reverend Dusty Ripplemeyer coming to our center. And so our flowers are our first expression of gratitude in today's service for 13 wonderful years of loving, heartfelt, over the top service. Thank you, Reverend Dusty. All right, so now we are going to have our blessing wall of faith. I'd like to ask Brianna and Sean to come up and help me with this. So, the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living honors the diversity and threads of truth that run through all spiritual paths, as represented by this ceremony. Christianity is the path of Christ consciousness, love, and forgiveness. Buddhism is the path of compassion and understanding. Judaism is the ethical path of living by sacred law. Baha'i is the path of unity and peace. Islam is the path of submission to the will of God, the highest calling. Confucianism is the path of deliberate tradition. Taoism is the natural way, the path of ultimate reality. Native American practice and shamanic traditions are the paths of primal spirituality. Shintoism is the path of tribal ancestry. Hinduism is the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. Science of mind and spirit is the path of the divine principles of love and law. And the heart represents the one heart, the one love that resides at the center of all people and all beings everywhere with no exceptions. May peace prevail on earth through the followers of all paths. And so it is. Thank you guys so much. So now I ask you to close your outer eyes and go within for a minute as I say a word of blessing on today's service. And I go within and I sink into this feeling of bliss. The bliss of knowing the truth for me, which is that I am one with the divine. I am one with the planet. I am one with the universe. I am one with all that is. And that oneness with all that is means I am one with peace, and I am one with love. I am one with wisdom. I am one with joy, one with abundance, one with power. I am incredible. But it's not just me. It's also you, everyone in our community, everyone on our planet, every thing and thought and energy wave in all of everything is emanations from this one divine power and presence. So, from that place, today can only be magnificent. So I'm so grateful for all the volunteers who come and help out behind the scenes. So grateful for Heather and Ava, who what they do is like magic to me, making it possible for us to reach the entire planet with our messages of love and peace and such. I am so grateful to Reverend Betty for her service and just, the great serenity she brings to today. So grateful to Reverend Dusty and her many, many years of service, but especially her service here today. And I am so grateful for Armand and Angelina. So excited to have their vibrant, joy-filled, powerful presence in our community today. But most of all, I'm grateful for you. Everyone who hears this service, whether in the room or at home, whether now or later, it doesn't matter because it's all one to God. And so today, you are co-creating this service with us. So it doesn't matter if we don't see you on camera. We feel your energy, we feel your heart, we feel your power, and your participation today is essential. So thank you, everyone. I'm so grateful for this technology. I'm so grateful for these tools. I'm so grateful for everyone and everything. And so I know that everything that happens today unfolds according to the divine plan. So let's let God take in charge and turn it over to the divine with our words, and so it is. All right, and now the reading for today is by Armand della Volpe from his book, I Now Pronounce You Not Guilty. He says, do we ever consciously regret or feel sorrow or remorse for anything we did in a past lifetime? I rather doubt it. Whether we believe in reincarnation or not, none of us consciously beat ourselves up for what we may or may not have done in our past lifetimes. That was another time, another character, and another set of circumstances. We can have this same acceptance for anything we have done in our past in this lifetime. Imagine how wonderful life would be if we just accepted that everything we ever did was the best we could do at the time, without giving energy to how we could have done it differently. Instead, that time and energy could be spent on making this now moment and even the future better by gratefully acknowledging how our new wisdom will help us evolve into an even greater version of ourselves. As Rafiki said in The Lion King, the past can hurt, but the way I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it. Either way, we must never blame ourselves for it. All right, and so it is my honor to introduce our guests. Armand is an award-winning songwriter and inspirational speaker whose enthusiastic presence inspires us all to love life passionately. Angelina's heart-opening and angelic voice draws from many languages. She was classically trained at Indiana University and was formerly with Epcot Center. They are international performers using songs, stories, and humor to remind us now to open our hearts and remember that we are meant to experience heaven on earth. And so here they are, Armand and Angelina.
Thank you.
So happy to be here.
Welcome, everyone. Oh, wait. Oh. Nope, that's not going to, okay. So you've probably all heard the phrase, either from us or from the Best Exotic Marigold Hotel or from John Lennon. that everything will be okay in the end. And if it's not okay, it's not the end. And what I love about that specifically is it goes beyond just spiritual teaching. It brings the physical and the emotional into it too. It doesn't say everything's okay. No, it says everything will be okay in the end. There's times when our bodies and our emotions are not feeling okay. And it's just saying that this too shall pass. Okay. Feel what you feel, but know that the wisdom will come from that. So you can presently be focused on what's going on in your life and still have gratitude and faith and peace that everything will be okay in the end. So let's sing that. Here we go. So we'll help you out and then you can join us. Everything will be okay at the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Nothing in this universe will ever last. So if you're feeling low, this too shall pass. Nothing in this universe will ever last. So if you're feeling low, this too shall pass. Because everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. We're gonna sha-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la-la. Every happy song has to have some sha-la-la-las. Sha-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la-la. Even when the darkness seems to hide your way, after every night, a brand new day. Even when the rain outside can hide your way, after every night, a sunny day. A sunny day. We hope for a sunny day. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Just the audience. Perfect. Now that you do that, let's do some shalas. Sha-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la-la. Okay, here comes the tricky part. Even when it all just seems to go your way, don't get attached, it's gonna change. Even when it all just seems to go your way, no matter how many times you saw The Secret, it's still gonna change. That's okay because everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Just the audience. That's right. It's not the end. It's not the end. So if you don't like the weather, wait a day. It's not the end. It's not the end. If you can't believe politicians don't tell some of you lies, it's not the end. It's not the end. It's not the end. But this is the end. She sent me the program. I looked at it. I looked at it again this morning, and now I'm confused. Okay. Awesome. That's right.
Okay, before we get started, we're just going to talk about something in the room here that's a little maybe unusual, and that is Armand's suit. So it's very colorful. It makes me smile and laugh even to see it, which brings, me joy. But I just have to say it because, not everyone may love this suit, Armand.
Well, so here's the story. I saw this pattern I don't know where I saw it on Facebook or something. Have you ever noticed they know what you like? We will talk about something, and the next day an ad will pop up for it. And here's a great example. Weird example. I don't know where this is coming from. By the way, today's message is getting high on gratitude. And I am feeling extra grateful today because our concerts in the last couple of years, because of what's been going on, have been less than stellar. But last night was amazing, and it really, really, really was a nice shot in the arm for me. So I saw this suit on. Oh, I got shingles a couple of years ago. Squirrel. I got shingles, and it was very mild, and it was very, very mild. No itching, no pain or anything. But I got them, and I had to deal with them. And we were talking about that, and we started getting calls from contractors about fixing our roof. And that tells me that they're hearing words and they're putting it together. So anyway, I saw this color and I said, oh my God, that's the most beautiful pattern I've ever seen because it's so chaotic and it reminds me of my life. And so I said, I'm going to buy a suit of that just for fun. And I got it.
Well,
And
you just bought the jacket at first.
maybe
right?
it is. I just bought the jacket. And then they sent me something that said there's pants to go with it.
Right.
And I said, I got to get them both. So I got them and I put them on. She goes, what are you going to do with that? You look like Rip Taylor. Anyway, I said, I'm going to wear it to church. She goes, can you not? I said, I love this. This expresses me. This is me. This is nothing. I've never seen anything that expressed me in clothing more than this. She said, will you do me a favor? Will you wear black dress pants with it just to tone it down a little bit so they can focus on your message and not be blinded the whole time? And I said, I will try it. And I tried it and it looks very nice. Was it fully me? But it was mostly me. And when I go to a place like this where I know how y'all are, I'm wearing the whole thing. So
Fully self-expressed.
fully self-expressed. And today is getting high, and colors can make you high. We're going to talk about so many things that help you get high. Getting high on gratitude. You can't not feel better no matter what's going on in your life when you start to be grateful on the things you like. Okay, I got something today. Did I bring it up with me? I didn't bring it up with me, but I want to read it because I got it. I get this little positive email every day that has wonderful memes. And this says peace, because to me, peace and joy and gratitude are like a trinity. They all work off of each other. It does not mean to be in a place where there is no noise, okay? It does not mean to be in a place where there is no trouble. It does not mean to be in a place where there is no hard work. Now, sometimes, I don't know about you, but I thought, one of these days, I'm going to get to this place of peace, like Eckhart Tolle, become completely disidentified from my ego, and I'm going to be in peace all the time, and I will have no problem. Who wanted that? Who wanted that? It's great in movies. It doesn't happen in real life. It means to be in the midst of noise, trouble, or hard work, and still be calm in your heart. And to me, that is what New Thought and other forms of practical spirituality teach us. How can you find peace in your heart? And one of the ways is faith, F-A-I-T-H, which stands for feeling all right in the heart. At least that's what I heard, and it makes sense to me. So anyway, yesterday we did another service where we were participants, actually just in the group at the Wan Buddhist temple in Chapel Hill. And when I saw what was happening up here, I thought, normally if you would go to a Buddhist temple and then you go to a typical Christian church, they would be night and day, but it wasn't. Because guess what? They were talking about New Thought stuff. They were talking about peace, and they were talking about faith, and they were talking about love, and they did all kind of wonderful things. And I thought, that's what I love about New Thought. The Dalai Lama said something many years ago. Buddhism is the only religion for me. If you put the two words for me after anything you say, it's no longer judgmental. It's personal. Buddhism is the only religion for him. Well, guess what? New Thought is the only religion for me. I'm almost 62 years old. I've dabbled enough. I know this is it. And what's great about saying New Thought is the only religion for me, it means every religion is part of me. Okay, every religion is part of me, so it's awesome. All right, so
And what a beautiful ceremony that is. We love that every time we come here. We really love
yeah,
that.
this is where
Honoring all.
putting it into practice and just saying that we honor all religions. You actually talk about how you honor all religions every Sunday. So we just love that. We're going to have trouble even staying anywhere near on time because we're having so much fun. But we're going to be talking about some of the different things. But first thing we're going to do is we're going to sing a song. It's very easy. It's a call and response. I get high on gratitude. So I'll sing a line, and then all you have to do is repeat it. And as a recovering control freak, I love it when you do what I say. Okay. Is this it, honey? I think they're fine. I don't want to put my phone on the altar. There we go. I get high on gratitude.
I get high on gratitude.
I get high on gratitude.
I get high on
I
gratitude.
get high on gratitude.
I 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 don't need a train.
Don't need a train.
I don't need a ship.
Don't need a ship.
I don't need a plane
Don't need a plane
to take this trip.
to take this trip.
I don't need a drug.
Don't need a drug.
I don't need a brew.
Don't need a brew.
Cause I get high
'Cause I get high
on gratitude.
on gratitude.
I get high 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 on
I get high on
gratitude.
gratitude.
I get high on gratitude.
Your little girl
Your little girl
and your little boy
and your little boy
needs to come out
needs to come out
and feel this joy.
and feel this joy.
I see you
I
as
see you as
young and wild.
young and wild.
Cause in God's eyes,
In God's eyes,
you're still a child.
you're still a child.
I get high on gratitude.
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 Follow me and you'll get high too.
Follow me and get high.
It's a contact buzz. It's good. So Angelina is more grateful for a certain sentient being than anybody I know. Angelina, talk about your gratitude for certain things.
Right. Well, I love dogs and cats. They just bring me so much joy and gratitude. And yeah, so I'm going to talk a little bit about, first of all, when you see a dog and you open the door and he's like so happy to see you, how much joy and gratitude is that? So what they did is they did a study, and the study shows that, you know, when you pet a dog and you stop petting them, they want more, right? Well, what they found in this study is when we pet a dog, we get something like that happy chemical in our brain called oxytocin, right? So we get that feeling of
The
Of
love
love.
hormone. Yeah.
right. Well, what the study showed is when you pet the dog or a cat, you know, you give them a nice little pet and then you stop and they nudge for more. It's because they also get the oxytocin too. So what a great study and interesting in that. So it's a two-way thing there.
So we always spend Thanksgiving with her family up in Tennessee. And her brother said that when she was a little girl, her mom said it was raining cats and dogs and she ran outside real quick. But anyway, so she's her totem animal, I'm telling you, is the golden retriever. And I love it because to me, golden retrievers are the epitome of the 7 on the Enneagram ADHD person. And, just love everybody. So thank you. You married a golden retriever sort of kind of guy. So another wonderful thing that I am grateful for that makes me high are these principles that we have been learning for so long. And they're becoming part of us more and more. That's what's beautiful about coming back and learning these principles, these wonderful science of mind principles. You get to use them and you will need them all. Who has had to use their science of mind principles in the last 3 years more than ever in their life? Okay. I'm going to share a little bit of intimacy. We are having to use them in prosperity in a way we've never had in our career. Our career has just flowed. It had a few little ups and downs, but overall, we came up with this years ago that financially we have a trust fund, because I always thought it would be cool. I've heard about these trust fund babies that they know that all their needs are met for their entire life because of this thing that covers them. Now they can do any job they want to do. If they don't make enough money, no big deal, because they got this trust fund. I said, we got to get a trust fund. And so we realized that we can have a trust fund because the more we trust, the more we're funded. So we can create a metaphysical trust fund. And that has worked really, really well. 3 years of a challenging financial thing, it hasn't been working as well, at least in our eyes, or at least on paper, okay, with the banks and with the credit cards and all that. And so we got to step up the trust fund. We got to get more excited. We got to practice more principle. We got to meditate more, and we need to do some work. Okay. It said in that earlier thing, we need to do some hard work. So one of the things,
Well, let me tell you this, because yesterday at the Buddhist temple, the talk was about change and calmness, and the saying was, keep calmly knowing change, which I thought was great. You know, things get a little intense, and if we just keep calm and know that change is going to happen.
it's going to happen, and I want to be part of using my trust fund in this change. So Angelina knows that I love to spend money. I'm the spender. Why do one of the reasons we spend is it's a great escape, but it's also a shot of dopamine. Okay. And I have a dopamine deficiency. And so I like to get as much of it as I can. So shopping helps me. And one day we got these little things. They're these little fairies, and you turn them on and they fly. They're little plastic fairies and they fly. And then when they're about to come down, you put your hand under them and they fly again. And I said, it's only $15. I can get it. But if you buy 2 for $30, you get a third one free. So I bought them, and she goes, "What are these?" You're Armand. You've got a problem. You're buying stuff.
And what did our pet sitter?
So our pet sitter, she comes in and takes care of our house. Squirrel. So we have a Ring doorbell. And so we go and we watch to see how often she came and see if anybody else came. We just check them now and then. And one day she comes and there's like 7 Amazon packages. And I swear to God, she goes, "Oh my God, Armand, did you buy out the whole damn store?" Now, she didn't exactly know it was being recorded, but it was great. And so Angelina said, "I got to get Armand to do something, but I've got to be careful because I have a philosophy that you don't want to lower your consciousness and go into lack mentality because of what's happening out here." My father taught me that because he would come home and he would say, "We're all going out to dinner tonight," to me and my little brother, who I sort of took care of when we were little. I go, "Why, Dad, did you have a big sale today?" He goes, "No, a big giant sale fell through." I said, "Then why are we going out to spend money? To keep our consciousness up and not let this take us down." Now, I've taken that to an extreme because in 20 and 21 and 22, I spent as if we were making the money we were making in 2019, and we weren't. And guess what? There has been a price to pay for that. So she said, "I've got to figure out a way to help him do this." She said, "Armand, let's play a new game." Well, you say game for me, Micah, and I'm in. She said, "We're going to play a money savings game. Every time you would have spent something a year ago that you don't, or but it's mostly me, we're going to write down on a ledger. And every time we lower a bill, we're going to multiply that times 12 and write that on the ledger because that's what we're going to save in 2023. Everything we can possibly save, it's going to be a game to see how much you can get." Well, let me tell you, it's been working. I'm like, yesterday we were at Panera, and it's like $8 if you each get some kind of a coffee or whatever. She goes, "You want to put it on the thing?" She goes, "Yeah." So we didn't get the coffee or the tea. I put $8 on the thing. Yesterday we would have, a few days ago, we would have done something else. I put it down. Every time I do it, I get these massages at Hand and Stone. It costs about $1,000 a year to get a monthly membership, and I'd never noticed it, and I feel like I deserve it and I need it. But guess what? A whole $1,000 in 2023 we're going to save because I canceled that. And it's not out of lack. It's out of playing the game and doing my part. You know, we've got to have the hand, the 3 H's, the hand, the heart, and the head. The head knows that all is well. Okay. The heart feels loved. Okay. The head also knows when you're spending more than you're making, there's a problem. The head knows that. So the head caught me. The head was the first one that caught me. But the heart knows all as well. The spirit knows all as well. But you got to put the hand into it sometime. Do your work. And so guess how much we have saved in 2 months for 2023 because of this game? $5,000. 5,000. Yeah, 5,000. Now, part of that is we knocked off $350 a month of our bill paying. So that's 4,200 of it right there. That we're not going to be paying, but it's
and
amazing.
we are grateful.
And we are grateful for this game because it's going to help me do my part. Kind of what they used to say in the old days, meet God halfway. I know we're going to be taken care of. We're looking at getting a little home equity thing because we're not in trouble. We have a whole lot of equity. We're just cash trouble. The equity is there. If we can get some of that equity out and have them give us that cash, then we will be fine. And so we're grateful that things are showing up to help us get through this time. And that is a wonderful thing about getting high because I'm getting high on this game of saving money. And my wife is getting high on not having to recycle so many Amazon boxes.
That's right.
I mean, if they really need to have, Amazon.com Anonymous, a 12-step group for people like me, but I'm doing great. I'm managing it. And it works if you work it one day at a time. And so, yeah, that's another we're grateful for.
So another thing that brings me gratitude is meditation. So I do a meditation practice, and then sometimes life gets a little busy and it kind of like, well, I don't have time for that today. Well, if you don't have time for meditation, you probably need to meditate, right? So I find for me, the best thing is first thing when I wake up is I get out of bed and I sit on the floor and meditate. And I've been doing this for, 2 months maybe now, religiously. I don't really miss a day except for Sunday mornings because a lot goes on for me getting ready. So anyway, what I find is the rest of my day, I am like just really joyous. And I can see more gratitude because my head isn't full of these not enough voices that say you're not doing this right or blah, 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 blah. And so for me, I've never found this before doing meditation, but I feel it brings me more like giddy bliss, I call it, where you're just so happy and blissful for no reason. You can't really describe why. And so I'm finding the meditation is bringing me more gratitude and bringing me more giddy bliss, which is really nice.
And here's how I noticed something was changing. She thinks I'm funny. I mean, after 22 years, she still thinks I'm funny, which is a miracle. And I'm pranking her constantly from the minute I wake up until we go to bed at night for the dopamine for me. Hopefully it gives her some too. And she's laughing at my comedy more in the last month or two. Like it used to be like, that's funny. I got to get back to work. And here's what she said to Squirrel. Here's what she said to me one Sunday morning. We're getting ready for church. We're going to be singing and speaking. It's a 2-hour drive. I'm bouncing off the walls because I love this. If you can't tell that I love this, I'm not doing enough. I love to be able to share my message with other people, a message that I need to hear. This message about getting high on gratitude, I need to hear today. Okay, I needed to hear all the stuff that y'all were quoting and reading, and all of that was here, and we all are. And so I'm bouncing off the walls. We're going to a church. We're going to a church. Yeah. We haven't been there since COVID, blah, blah. And she comes up to me. She says, Mommy needs quiet time. And it was perfect. All parents have probably had to say that at times. It was perfect. I didn't consider it insulting. She was absolutely right. There was a maniac young man in the house, and she needed to do whatever she does. By the way, if you want to feel more gratitude and more joy, okay, and be more high. And this is for all people, but I'm going to specifically target the ladies. Quit looking in magnifying mirrors that are right here and think that's the way people see you. It's demoralizing, ladies. You're gorgeous. Okay, maybe your men are doing it too, but you're gorgeous. But when you see the wrinkles, they look like craters. When the magnifying glass is up here, it's not healthy. Stop it. Okay. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents for the day. So we're gonna finish
Well,
up. Okay, you
another
got one.
thing. Oh, I have one more thing.
Oh, you got one thing.
Like for me, being in nature brings me gratitude. You know, you get high on being outside with the sun and the beautiful trees and grass and all. And they say it's really important to get out in nature, take your shoes off, and put your shoes in the dirt.
Your feet on the dirt.
Oh, sorry. Yes, your feet.
You put your shoe on the dirt
That
too.
doesn't
but then
really
you-
work. So put your feet in the dirt because it's all the ions, the good.
Yeah, they're healthy ions that
Right.
you get from
It
the
goes
ground.
through you and it's really good for you.
What do they
We
call
live
that?
in a
Earthing.
earthing. Right.
Walking on the earth. We have a beach that we built in our backyard. I've always wanted to live on the beach. Angelina goes, oh God, I've got this kid who needs to be on the beach all the time. How can I get him happy? Armand, we're building a beach for you. Yay! So we built this big old 500 square foot little beach with like 6,000 pounds of children's play sand. And I get to go on a beach every day.
Right.
Anybody seen the beach on Facebook? If you're a Facebook person, I posted it a lot. Yeah. Okay. So
So anyway,
yes.
get out in nature. I find also if I'm a little uptight or high strung, if I say go outside, just go outside, sit, be in the sunshine, breathe the fresh air, it really does.
So let's recap a little bit. What are some of the great ways we can get high? Meditation. Okay. Meditation is a form of healthy medication. And there are actual chemicals. Now, there's a lot of names for the chemicals: serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin, but they're all happy drugs. And God has them available to us. And they're available at all times. And how do we get more of those happy drugs to bring that dopamine back into our life? Those happy drugs. Meditation is a fantastic, probably the best bang for your buck that doesn't have horrible side effects. Okay, the quickest. I mean, Adderall's awesome, but meditation is good too. Okay, and there are side effects of that. So I heard from a friend. Okay, being out in nature, being with animals, being with people that get you. Now, you can't only be with people that get you. You have to be in the world. But the close people, okay, Shakespeare said, all the world is a stage and we are but mere players. Something to that, right? Each of us is on a stage. Make sure that the people that are within tomato throwing distance of your world are people that get you. And the ones that don't really get you and put you down and try to make you change your clothing, keep them further back, okay? Keep them in the balcony maybe. We found some friends that during COVID and all that stuff, they're no longer too close. But we haven't lost them. They're just up in the balcony. If they put up any more stuff, they will be asked to exit the theater. And we did ask 7 people to exit the theater, our theater, in the last few years. Very painful, but sometimes very necessary to let things go.
Well,
Okay.
being around people too gives you a vitamin.
Being around people, we talked a little bit about it last night. Being around people gives you the other vitamin C, which is vitamin connect. Okay. And that's one of the things that we got a little bit of emotional scurvy when we were in the lockdown. Okay. So we're going to finish up with one last little call and repeat song. I get high on gratitude.
I get high on gratitude.
Follow us and you'll get high too.
Follow us and you'll get high too.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Armand and Angelina. It was wonderful. So great to laugh and sing and participate in your craziness and your wonderful craziness. I just invite everyone to turn within for a moment to allow ourselves to really turn our attention inward taking a moment to remember that which is back of all of it. The joy, the peace, the love, the abundance, the creativity, the grace, the freedom, the wisdom. That is the very presence of God itself. And to know truly without a shadow of a doubt that we are one with it. That even when our human perceptions may be telling us something else, may be telling us that we have no peace, no joy, no creativity in our lives, that like the sun hiding behind the clouds, it is always there. That presence is always there. All we need to do is to open our minds, open our hearts, open our lives, open our arms, and be ready to accept it. To let go of anything that does not allow us to believe, to have that faith that truly we are one with the divine, and that everything that it is, we are, that we have available in our lives at all moments of every single day, in every relationship, in every situation. And so I know that as Armand and Angelina said today, that we keep up with our spiritual practices. We do the meditation. We spend the time on the carpet with our eyes closed, allowing ourselves to quiet our minds as much as we are able, knowing that it brings all kinds of good things into our lives and keeps us connected to the divinity, our awareness of our connection to the divinity, very high and very strong in our lives. That opportunities to spend time with animals and to spend time in nature and to spend time with like-minded people present themselves to us. And that we say yes, 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 yes. Knowing that it too allows us to get high, to be grateful, knowing that gratitude is generative and brings more to be grateful about into our lives. And so I declare ease and grace around each and every single one of us doing that, finding the best way for each of us to really get high, to know what that is, and to find time in each and every day to do that, to honor that practice in our lives, knowing that it brings more to us, that it raises us and everyone else around us because of our willingness to do that. We are spiritual beings having a human incarnation, and as such are always connected to all things good, to the divinity within us. We just need to open our heads, allow our hearts to be front and center, and to put our hands down into it a time or two. And I'm so grateful to know this truth, so grateful to speak these words, so grateful for the power of prayer, knowing that these words are loosed into a law that only ever says yes. That my words are clothed in form even as they are spoken. And so I speak them and release them with love and gratitude and full expectation of their manifestation, letting go and letting God be God. And I invite each of us to anchor this prayer for ourselves, for each other, for our community, and for the world, simply by saying, and so it is, and so it is. Amen. So it is now time for our conscious giving. The Triangle Center for Spiritual Living is sustained by the giving of our time, talent, and treasure. And this is the time every week when we offer financial support to assist this community to be a beacon of light and love for ourselves. Together we affirm the truth that today's offering lifts this spiritual community, prospers the one giving, and adds to the energy of sufficiency on the planet. There are several ways that you can give. The first is to visit our website at www.trianglecsl.org. There's a button up in the upper right-hand corner that you can just click on. You can text the word give using the following number, 919-230-8445, or you can mail your gift to our office. The address is P.O. Box 4062, Cary, North Carolina, 27519. I invite you now to please place your hand on your hearts with your gift or with an affirmation for yourself or for a loved one or for this community. And we'll say our offering affirmation in a call and response. I live in an abundant universe that blesses and prospers my life. I live in an abundant universe that blesses and prospers my life. I give with gratitude, knowing that God is my source.
I give with gratitude, knowing that God is my source.
And so it is.
And so it is.
And so it is. Please welcome back the amazing Armand and Angelina.
Love, make me an instrument of your peace. Love, make me an instrument of your peace.
Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, let me sow faith. Where there's despair,
Love, make me an instrument of your peace. Love, make me an instrument of your peace. Please join us. Love, make me an instrument of your peace. Love, make me an instrument of your peace.
And so it is. Thank you all so much. It's just been so glorious having you back again. We missed you so much. when
Double
we can
dog
sit-
ditto for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really.
Okay, so there's another thing that gets us high, and that's prayer. And so all of our ministers and practitioners, we're just waiting for those prayer requests to come in. So give us something to work with, people. Give us our ability to pray with you. It's a great way we can do prayers of gratitude. It can be good news, whatever. So to do that, you go to our website and there's a button and you can put in your prayer request and then it will go out to all of us who are in the ministerial services. Another way to show gratitude, flower dedication. There must be somebody that you would love to tell the world how great they are. So if you would like to do that for anybody or anything, contact Heather at info@trianglecsl.org or Reverend Dusty at dustyripplemeyer@yahoo.com. Okay, next, I'm not going to ask for a show of hands, but in your heart, How many of you all are visioning cheesters? Now, cheesters is a spiritual term for the people who only come to church twice a year, Christmas and Easter. And I used to be a visioning cheester. I would come New Year's Day for our visioning session, and I always had this incredible experience and made this great vision board. And then that was it until next New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. And I found, not everything I put on my vision board has come true. I wonder if maybe I need to do it more than once a year. And so, as Armand says, we teach what we need to learn. And so I am teaching a 6-week course on visioning called Visioning a Way of Life. And it's on Zoom Thursday nights from 6:30 to 9:30. And it's going to be a very experiential course where we spend most of our time on our visions. And visioning is actually is a form of meditation in which we turn off or turn down the volume on what Reverend Tom called the little e ego mind so that we can hear the big E ego mind of our soul telling us why we're here, what's the big plan that Spirit has for us. So it's very powerful, and it's something that everybody can learn. So if that speaks to you, I hope that you will join us. We're starting next Thursday, so you need to take action soon if you would like to be part of the fabulous group of people who've already signed up for the course. And it costs $195, but all we need is a $25 deposit. And payment plans are available. You can go to our website and sign up there. And again, just I invite you to consider that, because if we were all living such a vision-filled life, we would be creating the world that works for everyone. So, all right. Now, in 2014, the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living initiated our home group programs. So what's important about the small group model is the idea that each and every person within our community is supported by someone, but no one person supports more than 10 or 12 people. So a CCSL small group is a 6 to 12 member intimate group that meets monthly in one another's homes. The leadership provides monthly structures and ideas for in-depth contemplation, conversation, deepening friendships, and sharing. The groups provide active ministry for each other and service to the larger community. So, Sunday, January 26th, has been designated as Home Group Sunday. So we would love the current home groups to join us for the Sunday service as a group. And then after the service, we will have a meeting to discuss home groups, to give group members an opportunity to share about their experience, and to see who from the community would like to be involved in a home group. We would love to expand this program that has been so valuable for so many years. So please consider joining us on January 29th for that. Then, yay, another thing that was missing for a while but is now back on our schedule. Join us on Sunday, February 12th for our annual Super Bowl game and chili cook-off. Woohoo, yes. Other than a couple of COVID years, we've been doing this for a long time. It's always a lot of fun. We are great believers that the community that not only prays together, but plays together, stays together. So we hope that we will have a great turnout for that. The cost is $5 or a large pot of your favorite chili. And the winners receive cash prizes, a trophy, and of course, bragging rights. So please RSVP to info@trianglecsl.org with the number of people in your party and whether you will be bringing chili for the contest. And so with all of these meetings in the after the service, we need to spend some time putting stuff away. So we always invite you to either bring some food from home or run out and get something so that it's a way to spend your time while we're packing up and make sure that your stomach isn't rumbling so loud in this meeting that we can't hear what's going on. So now, either at home or here, please stand for our January affirmations. So this is a call and response. So I'll go first. And I want you to give that kind of Armand and Angelina energy into what you're saying, because it's the energy that counts, not the words. So there is one life. That life is God's life. That life is my life now.
There is one life. That life is God's life. That life is my life now.
I am a living embodiment of the divine.
I am a living embodiment of the divine.
Furthermore, I see the entire world as one expression of its power and presence.
Furthermore, I see the entire world as one expression of its power and presence.
Like a moving, living, breathing kaleidoscope of color, we are all connected to the one single source.
Like a moving, living, breathing kaleidoscope of color, we are all connected to the one single source.
Today, I commit to being bold in my expression of life.
Today, I commit to being bold in my expression of life.
I give thanks in advance, knowing with unwavering faith that the good of God is with me each and every day.
I give thanks in advance, knowing with unwavering faith that the good of God is with me each and every day.
I surrender my falsehoods, my fears, and my doubts, freeing myself to live in celebration.
I surrender my falsehoods, my fears, and my doubts, freeing myself to live in celebration.
This one life is my life right now, and I celebrate it out loud.
This one life is my life right now, and I celebrate it out loud.
And so it is.
So it is.
All right, well, you can be seated. And for one last time, please close your eyes as I say a word of gratitude for today's service. And wow, I know when I look inside, what I'm seeing is just like I said, that kaleidoscope of color. I mean, I'm just like buzzing with all that dopamines and oxycodone or whatever it was, no, whatever. All that vitamin C is just whirling through my veins. Whew. What a blessed service this has been. But even under all of that activity, I still see that peace of God, the love of the divine, the power and the wisdom of the universal, and the connection and wholeness of that unity with all that is. And it is my truth. And since we are all one, I know that is your truth as well. And so I am just so very thankful for all that has transpired today, for the joy, for the laughter, but for the power and the wisdom, for the connection, for seeing old friends, and for seeing friends that we see all the time. I'm grateful for it all. And I know that you are as well. And so I bring this service to a close to give us that ability to take this knowledge, take this energy, take this joy out into the world and spread it around, making us that much closer to a world that works for me. So I release it to the law that always says yes and ask you to affirm this with me with our words, and so it is. Thank you.
Thank Thank you all so very much for your presence here today, for inviting us into your homes. Thank you to Armand and Angelina for wonderful service, beautiful, fun, great music. And Armand and Angelina want everyone to have their music, so they offer their CDs on a suggested exchange basis. So please take what you desire, give from your heart, and feel free to tithe in the future if you don't have it right now. All of their product, the CDs and some beautiful flutes and other things are right back on the table back there. So please take some time to take a look at that. We will be bringing in a couple of tables so that people can sit together and have their lunches and be in fellowship with one another. And the meditation experience will begin at about 12:15. So we'll see you then. You got plenty of time to get on over here for those of you that are at home right now. So we'll see you later. Thank you all so very much. I love you. Bye.